Hello, one and all. Welcome again. Welcome back. If you're a returning viewer, congratulations. You have, to some degree, stuck with this program. You have stuck with me, who is delivering the message from the universe in a regular, matter-of-fact way. Not really dressed up, not with internet marketing shit attached to it, not with fucking crazy attention grabbing headlines, which, there's nothing wrong with that stuff, and maybe over time I would use that. I'm not opposed to it. But for starters, for this first little month of shit in Instagram and YouTube and shit I've been doing, I'm just giving it fucking straight because that is the most valuable shit. And then over time, I will cut it with bullshit and fucking, just make it a little bit more palatable because people like fucking bullshit. They like fucking distraction. I'm not saying I would dilute the message, but I would be willing to attach little headlines and shit like that because that's part of the game. We're playing a game here, right? Life is to some degree a game, and you do have to play this game. You do have to agree to certain premises. You do have to accept the reality that, yeah, having fucking 20,000 Instagram followers is helping me to spread the message better than 1,000, right? So at some point, maybe it would make sense to just use little headlines or whatever it might be. But anyway, the core message is still the same. And even someone who is massively successful with using those ideas, for example, Tai Lopez, who people kind of go one way or the other. They either think he's a genius or they fucking hate him or whatever. Well, you can think whatever you want, but the bottom line is he's still spreading a basically true universal truth. He is still spreading the true message. So hey, yes, he uses fucking kind of gimmicky little internet marketing tools, and he did that YouTube here in my garage and all that stuff. Yeah, that's true. He did do that. But he played a game, and he still did do it from a good place. He still did it from a place of spreading his gift and spreading value. So what can you say, right? He played the game better than someone else did. He played the game, better than I did right now. And he would have lots to teach. So that's the truth. There is still lots to learn out there. But in my opinion, you can never get away. I always like to just build my shit on a strong foundation. Give me the fucking truth. Here's the truth. This is how things work. You need to do your meditation. You need to do your fucking pull-ups. You need to invest in your own validation. Invest in your own core confidence. Do that. And then we can talk about a fucking internet marketing page and some squeeze sales pages and stuff. Okay, maybe. But until you're actually doing the building your own integrity, all that's just you might as well just be selling fucking skinny diet tea on Instagram. You're just selling magical fucking pixie dust to idiots. Mind you, that is a lot of what our society does. That is the basis fundamentally of a lot of what we do. We sell fucking cars to idiots who think that when they buy the fucking BMW, all of a sudden girls will like them. We sell girls fucking crazy hair extensions and shit because we convince them that when they do that, they can trick some guy into liking them. That's what we sell. We sell lies, basically. So, of course, when you sell truth, it's a lot less palatable to people. They are not primed to hear that shit. Right? They are not in a fucking position to hear some actual fucking truth. It is not what they want to hear. And that's why if you call someone out Like say you plan to get together with someone and they just flake, which is common in my life, of course. Most guys, who are having some degree of success are going to be familiar with this. I'm not in the business of then, if I see that person again, I'm not like, oh, hey, like what happened? Like we made plans and you flaked. Like, I'm not going to do that because it's not, A, they haven't really earned that from me. Like, I'm not going to give them that level of value. I'm not going to give them my insight like that. And B, I understand they don't really know any better. They're not in control of their own life really. They're just going with the whims of anything, of just a thought, a feeling, and they're just gone with it. So it's not really fair to like call them out and be like, "Hey, like you said you were going to do this and you didn't." They're just like they can't hear that. They don't want to hear that. They're not interested in like a firm truth, like a firm value sort of gift. They can't really read that. They need it to be very much like palatable. It's like feeding a dog its pill that it doesn't want to take. You have to like wrap it in like bacon and then it eats it and it's like, oh good, now I'm better. It's like, yeah, but you weren't going to eat that fucking pill unless I gave it to you in bacon. Right? And that is a lot of it. So you know, maybe I would be willing to accommodate some of that to get the message across of like actually convincing a million people to do the triple three meditation challenge. So to get a million people to meditate, to start meditating, what would I be willing to do? Right? Like what would I be willing to accommodate? I don't know. Maybe a lot, right? Maybe I'd be willing to accommodate a lot. Maybe I'd be willing to like who knows, have like higher production values or whatever. Like, I'm open to that. So we'll see. But it's still, none of that will ever, ever, ever get you away from the fucking brutal truth that you actually need to sit down and do your fucking work. Why like people just always want to try to avoid that. They'll do anything to avoid that. As I think I used this example before, but as Steven Pressfield says in his book, The War of Art, which is an awesome book, you should immediately go and get it. He says it was easier for Adolf Hitler, who was an artist, he was a struggling artist, he liked to paint. It was easier for Adolf Hitler to conquer all of Europe. All of Europe. It was easier for him to do that than it was for him just to fucking sit down and work on his art, work on his craft, improve his game. That was so challenging. It was so difficult for him to face that resistance of not getting accepted to the Vienna School of Art in 1930 or whenever it was, 1920s. It was easier for him to become fucking Chancellor of Germany and the Fuhrer and take over fucking France and all of Europe. It was easier for him to do that than it was for him just to fucking sit down and accept the reality that a lot of his art he put out wasn't that good and he needed to improve it and he needed to learn new techniques, he needed to build new skills. But it was too difficult, so he just went and took over Europe and killed fucking millions of people. And that's how people act. Rather than the person just sit down and do 3 minutes of meditation, just fucking observe what a person will do. Oh my god, anything. They'll create massive fucking distractions and drama. People will go and get married and have fucking kids and have a divorce and have another marriage and fucking distraction and they'll get a fucking disease and they'll go to the hospital and oh my god, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. All of this. They'll do it. They'll do it their whole fucking lives rather than just sit and, oh yeah, that is true. I did behave like an idiot a lot of times in my life. I need to actually address that. They won't do it. They'll spend their whole lives fucking lies and bullshit. And then you'll be dead. One day you'll be dead. Or you know what? Maybe you won't even be dead. Maybe you'll just be older and you'll be in a shitty situation and no one will care anymore. And one day you'll just be sitting there and it'll hit you. And you won't be able to hide from it. You just won't. Maybe someone in the apartment below you is smoking fucking joints all day and it seeps up and gets in your brain and all of a sudden you have a bit of enlightenment. And you can't escape it and you won't be able to escape it and you'll realize then and there, oh my God, what the fuck have I been doing? And even then you'll probably still just like hide from it and you'll never figure it out and you'll be dead eventually and who knows what happens after you die, but chances, it's a chance. The universe, the gods, whatever, will look at you and just brush you the fucking fuck back down here. Get back down there, motherfucker. Do it again. And your ass will be back down again, doing the whole fucking thing again. You'll probably still make half the same mistakes. Like, the level of severity and fucking savageness that takes place in this plane of existence is beyond most people's comprehension. Like, hunters know it. That's why, dude, it's like Cam Hanes, he loves the animals that he hunts, but he accepts the fucking uncompromising brutality of the nature of reality, of the nature of animals and interactions. It's fucking savage, man. And he accepts that. And that's why he can find joy and find satisfaction in the hunt and in what he does, because he knows he's doing the right thing. He knows he's in alignment with the universe. And some fucking weak loser who wants to sit around and fucking complain all day and pick up eating animals is bad. Cam Hanes is fucking bad and he hunts animals. Meh. That fucking weak loser just isn't capable of understanding deeper truth that Cam does. That's really all it is. I'm not saying anything that we all know factory farming is fucking horrible and we know that. But some weak fucking pink-haired loser sitting around complaining about how Cam Hanes is fucking mean to animals. No, he's not. No, he's not. You just can't handle the fucking brutality of nature and of reality. Engage with that, motherfucker, and you're not going to have any times to fucking complain about Cam Hanes. If you don't know who Cam Hanes is, by the way, Cameron Hanes, he's been on Rogan a bunch of times, a fucking legendary bow hunter. This guy's hardcore. He runs like a marathon a day. He's a fucking gangster. Check him out immediately. I'm just assuming people already know these legends. Like, I can't even comprehend a person who doesn't even already know these things. Like, when I mention people like David Goggins and Joe Rogan and Cam Hanes and fucking Tyler and Julian or whoever I'm mentioning, I honestly can't even fathom a person that doesn't already know about all this. Like ayahuasca, plant medicine, like what in the fuck? Like just figure it out, motherfucker. Like I'm saying the words, figure it out. You got Google, go learn. I don't fucking know. People got time to learn about Kim Kardashian and fucking gossip and sports stats and fucking nonsense and university degrees and fucking bullshit and politics and fucking all of it. You got time for that, but you don't have time to actually learn about the valuable people alive on our planet today. Holy shit. You'll be dead in a few years and no one's going to care. That's the fucking truth. Like, so you get started today. Holy shit. I think there's only, if you can't tell, I'm getting a bit fucking tired of doing the live streams every day. But I said I would do them to the end of the month, so I'm going to fucking do it. But holy shit. Get on top of it right away. I'm doing an hour. You realize this whole month that I've been doing these live streams and I've been telling people to meditate for 3 minutes. That's all, 3 minutes. And you don't even have to do it every day, only 3 times a week. That's 9 minutes of meditation. For a week. You realize I've been doing an hour every single fucking day? Like, just let that sink in. Like, let that sink in. Like, each day I do this live stream and this YouTube video, and I ask people to do 3 minutes of meditation 3 times a week. That's all I'm really asking. You understand that each and every day I say that, I, right here, bearded motherfucker, Luke, is doing an hour. Holy shit. Like I'm not just saying, like I'm actually fucking doing it. And I'm not even some dude in a Zen fucking monastery somewhere. I'm not some like Zen motherfucker. I'm sitting here cussing and swearing and talking shit trying to get this message across. I didn't train in some fucking under some fucking guru. I figured this out on my own. Mind you, yes, I learned through YouTube, through podcasts, through books and all that, but for the most part, I just clawed my way through the dark, out of the fucking mud, pretty much on my own. Okay? So that's why maybe it can resonate with someone out there when you can realize this fucking guy just figured it out. Maybe I can figure it out. Maybe I should listen to him. Maybe I should send him a fucking $100. $100. Once you actually do it, though. Once you do it, don't you dare send the fucking money until you actually do it. Holy shit. People would do that. I could honestly see people doing that. They really would. People would rather send me $100 rather than do the fucking meditation challenge. No question about it. That's absolutely how it works. People would rather just send the money and then be like, oh, thanks for the motivation, Luke. I'm going to do the challenge. They'll send the money and think that then I'll just shut up. And then they'll get away with it. That's how fucking pathetic people are. It really is. Holy shit. It's crazy. It's hilarious. I love it, though. I really do. I just love it. Like, I love the behavior of people. I love it. Like, I do. Like, I love it. Like, when I see people behave in, like, ways that I think are just obscene, I love it. Like, it's so funny. Like, you know, I mean, someone needs to behave like that, like, or else things wouldn't be so funny. Like, so who knows? You know, we need them all. We need all the people. We need the fucking mosquitoes. We need the leopards. We need the fucking gazelles. We need the fucking zombies. We need them because it makes things funny. And I love it when things are funny. Like, oh yeah, it's hilarious. Like, why not? I don't get upset when when someone tells me I'm gonna start meditating and then they don't. I was like, yeah, of course, man. You were never gonna do that. You were just lying to yourself, and you just like the way the lies feel, and you like the narrative that you're kind of conjuring into existence. You're never actually going to follow through with that, but you like the narrative. That's actually one thing I've noticed is that's why people push their lies and their narratives so far, and then at the very last instant they'll flake, or the very last instant they'll call a deal off or something, because they want to absorb as much of that fucking lie as they can, because they in the back of their mind know it's never actually going to happen. They know they're never actually going to go through with it, because then they'd have to take a bit of responsibility for themselves. And they're not going to do that because they've never done it before. So they push it all the way to the edge, and then at the last minute they avoid it and make up excuses. That's most people. That's 80 or 90%. Okay, cool, yeah. It's not going to work. That's never going to pay off, but you're free to do it, luckily, thanks to like great fucking men and women who have lived before you and built this fucking, the structure of our, like, somewhat free society. Like, when I talk about society, I mean more like the mainstream, like, current kind of, like, culture, right? As in Terence McKenna says, culture is not your friend. I'm talking about, like for-profit prisons, military-industrial complex, social justice warriors, fucking pill problems, bullshit, network television. I'm talking about all that, right? Not like not the like framework that allows us to be, rather than a fucking caveman, live in a fucking house with heating, right? So there's a bit of a difference there. There's a bit of a separation between those two things. But there's been great men and women that have come before that survived fucking the Ice Age, that survived the collapse of civilizations, that survived war and famine and disease, that brought you to here, and in return for that, you're lucky now, because you don't have to figure out how to fucking turn electricity on. You don't need to figure out how to kill a fucking buffalo with a fucking sharpened stick. But you do have to figure out how to become a better version of yourself and stop being a fucking slave to every single fucking stimulus and bullshit that comes your way. You do have to figure out how to take responsibility for your own actions, your own thoughts, your own feelings. You do have to do that. You really do. And it's just as important as fucking women fighting for rights to vote, for the fucking people becoming free of slavery, for fucking men who went to war for our fucking their countries and stuff. Like, What you're doing now is as important as what they're doing. But you actually have to do it and you have to take responsibility for it. There's no one that's going to, it's not always as easy as just like, I'm going to go fight in a war. It's not that simple anymore. I'm not saying that's easy, but to some degree it was simple. You just needed to go do it. Now it's a little more nuanced. Like, it's not so simple that you can just parade around, meow, 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 fuck Donald Trump, meow, meow, meow. Maybe it's not that easy, or the other end. I don't care either way, but it's like, meow, 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 Hillary Clinton's a criminal, meow, meow. It's like, yeah, they're all full of shit. It's all bullshit. None of it's going to matter. It's too easy, right? It's too easy for you to just blame someone else. Fuck the politicians. Fuck the bankers. Yes, I mean, that is true. The politicians are full of shit. The fucking bankers are stealing your money. Yeah, we know it. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? It's easier for them to do that. But you need to become an actual adult human being and realize that's all bullshit and lies. You need to take accountability for yourself today. That's how it works. You need to do it right away. Then you can move up out of the fucking slime, stop being a fucking zombie, and become a human being. Right? You were born into this earth, yes, as a human being, to some degree, a child human being, and at some point the world kind of ruined you and broke you and turned you into a zombie. Now you have to regain your fucking birthright and grow into a real human being again. That's what you need to do. That's how it works. I'm going to do it because I understand there's no other way. If there was another way, I'd fucking probably do it. If there was a way to just be a fucking slug and a fucking zombie, and I could justify it to myself, I'd probably do it. No wonder so many people do it. If I could justify playing Call of Duty for 10 hours a day and taking fucking pills and drinking Pepsi and Coke and watching fucking network television and just fucking complaining and being a victim all day, I'd probably do it if I could, but I understand I can't because it's just not, there's nothing there. I can't convince myself of it. I already checked. None of that stuff matters, and I can't do it. It's like if I'm walking down the street and like the Mormons try to recruit me for being a Mormon or whatever, Jehovah's Witness or whatever the groups are. It's like in a way I wish I could. I'm like, man, I wish you guys had something to offer. Like, holy fuck, I wish I could just walk down the street and some dude in a fucking white fucking button-up shirt and short sleeves and a magical book came up to me and had the answers. Holy fuck, that would be nice. But it's like, I know you can't do anything for me. I know you're just 21 years old and you're doing 2 years of fucking fellowship or whatever it is, and you need to try to get people's fucking emails and try to get a few of them to come to a meeting, and maybe you recruit one or whatever your ratios are. I'm sure they're pretty small. I'm sure they're pretty low. But it's like, I know you're just running a little hustle. Like, you don't have anything good really. And that's what most of it's like. You're not going to be able to. I wish I could just go to some fucking doctor's office and, oh, I'm sad, here's a pill, it's too hard, here's a pill, and oh good, now it's better, I have fucking anxiety disorder or some shit. Like, here you go, oh, now I'm better. I wish that was going to work. Like, I wish it was that easy. I wish I could just be like, fuck Trump, meh, once another person gets in, it'll be better, meh. I know none of that's going to work. You're just playing a little pathetic childhood game. You're really just playing games on the playground still. You got to actually become an adult and learn how things actually work. And it's going to be tough for a lot of people because they've never done it before. And it's going to be even tougher when you see you're some bearded motherfucker with a man bun on fucking YouTube or Instagram talking shit. It's going to be hard too, but that's how it works. I had to go through that. I had to go through that with Rogan and his big fucking head. I had to go through that with Tyler and his fucking balding ginger self. Like, you don't want to hear it. Like, I didn't want to hear it. I'm sure I've said this before. I mean, if I haven't, it's the truth. I did not want to hear it at all. When I first started watching Rogan, I was like, no, man, no. I was like, no. I don't want to hear from this big-headed idiot talking about aliens with tattoos and fucking MMA and all this shit. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm not going to listen, da-da-da. I did that. Like, I did that, I think, a couple of times even. And I came back for a while, and I watched for a while, and then I was like, nah, I need a break. Like, I need a break. And then I'd come back, and I'd be like, fuck, this fucking guy's onto something. This fucking guy's onto something. God damn it. I would think, God damn it. How in the fuck is that possible? And I'd be like, no, there's got to be. No, the doctors know. Like, the politicians know. The fucking professors at university know. Someone else knows. Like the social justice warriors, they know. Like, yeah, that's right. But I kept having to come back and be like, oh, they don't know, though. You know, they don't. Ugh, I'm not saying Rogan knows everything, but he's on to something. He's headed in the right direction. Fuck. That's what it's like, man. It's not fun, dude. Same with fucking Tyler. If you don't know who Tyler is, Tyler Durden from Real Social Dynamics. Check him out. He's a fucking legend. Anyway, he calls himself the short, balding ginger. But it was the same, man. It was the same with him. I was like, no fucking way. No way. He's having like massive success with relationships, like dating like playmates. He lives in a fucking mansion and stuff. I was like, no way. There's no way that he's got a good thing figured out here. There's no way. Fuck. I tried to ignore him. I tried to fucking believe that it wasn't true. But over time, you just come to accept the reality that, yeah, these are the motherfuckers who got it figured out, man. Pretty good. They don't know everything. They're not fucking Supermen. But unfortunately, that seems to be the way things are working. And some of these dudes have some good ideas. And you got to just buy in, basically. You just need to accept and pay the fee, whatever fee they want, really. Rogan wants you to buy the odd product from Onnit, you fucking do it. Tyler wants you to fucking watch some videos, you do it. Luke wants you to start meditating 3 minutes a day, you fucking do it. That's how it works. Eventually you'll be a better person and cooler people will like you, and that will put you in an upward spiral. And you'll stop hanging out with zombies and you'll become cooler and smarter and better, and people will invest in you, and you just keep getting cooler and better and smarter, and then you'll vanish into the fucking heavens eventually, and who knows what happens there. Apparently it's pretty cool from what I've seen, from what I've heard. So you'll be gone. And that's what you want. It's like funny because like the odd person like will like watch a video and they'll message me with like, holy shit, man, like that's fucking like, wow, you are right on track, man, like that's insane. But like the masses of people can't even see it. They don't even watch it. They're just like, what the fuck, is this stupid? Like I wouldn't be surprised if I've had some actually like legendary people recently like follow me on Instagram or like some of my pictures and stuff on Instagram. And I'm even when they do it, I'm like, wow, like this is one of my heroes. Like, holy shit. And I don't know, it must just be the fucking ripples and the ripples of the fucking interdimensional shit are kind of connecting. I don't know. I hope so. That'd be cool. Maybe my vibration or whatever is raising to that level. I would hope so. But I'm also facing a lot of bullshit and nonsense and Instagramming live to 0 people. But that's okay. You know what? Because it's still better than the alternative, which is nothing. Distraction, nonsense. Like, I'd still rather do this than a half hour than watch a half hour of mainstream television. I see a lot of people doing that. I'd rather do this for a half hour than smoke fucking 2 cigarettes. I'd rather do this for a half hour than have a fucking beer like some fucking peasant. Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. And you know what? I'm also gonna do my 1 hour meditation today. And you know what else? You're gonna do 3 minutes of meditation today. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. 3 minutes. You do it. You just do it. Maybe that's why there's not been anyone watching the last couple of days, because they didn't do their meditation and they realized they're not allowed to watch the videos. And that's fair, actually. I appreciate that. I appreciate a person who didn't do the meditation and then just admitted to themselves they weren't going to do it and said, I better not go back and watch the video then. That person there is actually cool. I actually like that person. So, yeah. Carry on with what you're doing. You may actually find another route to success. But the person who didn't do the meditation and still watches the video, they're fucked up. And the person who did the meditation and then came back and watched the video, they're really cool. That person's really headed for success. Anyway, I think that's it for today. That was about a half hour. We got, I think, another like week and a half or so to go in the month, and that'll be the end of it. And until then, do your shit. I'm going to do mine later. Third eye chakra. Yeah, third eye chakra I'm going to do later, so that should be good. Should be a good one. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. As always, peace out.